marbles a little bit, but nonetheless, his first lap.
16.842, Johnny, 16.842. And that lap, Johnny Clark, was 16.055.
Hey, second lap a whole lot better with a 16.05. So, hey, you knew he had a good run going. As Jason Johnson, the next Outlaw Sprint car, out on the racetrack. Hey, he is a Cajun sensation out of Alexandria, Louisiana.
Johnny Clark, his time was 16.043 on that first time trial.
Hey, good run for a young Cajun out of Louisiana as he will come off turn number 4. He'll finish up his final lap with a lap timing up.
16.200.
Kenny Jacobs, the next car out on the Speedway, getting ready for his qualifying run.
.577, Johnny.
15:57. That looks like it's going to be good enough for probably number 1 qualifier. Very early in Outlaw Sprint Car qualifying.
Second run, Johnny Clark, was 15.58.
Very early in Outlaw Sprint Car qualifying. As our next car coming out onto the racetrack. And that's going to be Sprint Car driver number 8. That is Scott Jones coming out onto the racetrack. Late models, let's get ready.
Well, first try, Johnny Clark, is a 15.831.
Scott Jones is out of Urbana, Pennsylvania. He's 21 years of age, and he is a Sportsman Speedway track champion.
Second try, Johnny Clark, is 15.772.
So a good run for Scott Jones. And the next machine out is car number 58. That is Ricky Sutton.
Oh, he came across Johnny Clark at a 15.788.
Hey, I tell you what, Ricky Sutton hammer down on the back straightaway, coming on turn number 4, and the second lap going to produce
16.054.
Good run for Ricky Sutton as number 42. The next car coming out on the racetrack to qualify, and that is Rob Cheney. He's out of Clarksburg, Ohio, and the sprinter is owned by his dad, Bob Cheney. So Rob out.
Well, his first run was a 16.479.
Not exactly the numbers he was looking for, but nonetheless, he'll start from that position and see how much farther he can go.
Well, second try, Johnny Clark was 16.470.
Good run, so that'll give something to kick off with as the next machine coming out of the racetrack. That is a number 92. That is Dean Jacobs. He's out of Wooster, Ohio.
Johnny Clark, first time around, 16.443.
Hey, that car is owned by Denny Ashworth. He finished 4th in the 1997 All-Star owner and driver points. And winner of the commercial truck trailer shootout.
Second try was 16.742.
Dean Jacobs already has won 4 wins in 1998, trying to go for number 5 today. Hey, here comes a little young lady, Sarah Fisher, out on the racetrack. She is out there as she is the next machine out on the Speedway.
Johnny Clark, 17 years old, as she comes off turn 4, and her first time trial numbers are 15.526.
She's driving her father's Dave Fisher and Beads Carbolus paper sponsor, Stealth Chassis. And that's going to put the young lady on the number 1 spot.
15.289.
Man, oh man, talking about this young lady is doing it. The number 1 qualifier, Sarah Fisher, in that number 9.
Johnny Clark comes across the stripe at a 15.842 in his first try.
Sarah Fisher down off turn number 2, or number 4 rather, down the front straightaway as Kenny Burton.
And Burton comes across at a 16.143.
Special. The series sponsor, Keith Coppin, putting it all together down the front straightaway.
First drive was a 15.660.
So much different in the daytime as we look down on the racetrack. Drivers are putting some of that rubber down.
Second drive was a 15.892.
Good run for Keith Coppin as the next car coming out on the racetrack, number 2, and that is Red Stomper out of Tampa, Florida. Got to keep you on this guy because he is only running 360 cubic inches.
Well, his first drive, Johnny, was a 16.172.
Most of the other sprinters running the big 14 cubes, but he's going with a 360 this afternoon.
Second drive was a 16.171. 16.17
for Red Stomper. That's a pretty good run. Robbie Smith, the next machine out of the racetrack. That's the Hancock Motorsports racer.
First drive trial coming around turn 4 was a 16.305.
Down on that bank straightaway. Late models in the pit area. Gentlemen, let's get them ready.
And his second try coming off turn 4, 16.222.
But nonetheless, Judy's got a good run going. Let's see what she's going to do.
Well, Johnny Clark, she comes off turn 4, and her first numbers are 15.485.
So that's going to put her as number 2 qualifier. The ladies are doing it this afternoon.
Well, Johnny Clark, she comes off turn 4. Let's see if she can improve it. She's sitting at a 15.551. So
as Chris White, the number 28 sprinter, going to be the next machine out on the racetrack.
Well, Chris brings in a 16.241 on his first try.
Next machine out of the racetrack, number 1, and that is Mike Hudson. He is the next machine out on the racetrack.
Well, Mike Hudson brings in a 15.857, Johnny Clark.
Hey, Mike's got a good little run going down that back straightaway. I think this might be one of the few visits that Mike's has made here to the Dixie Speedway.
The second time around, a 15.900 in his second run.
All right, as Mike Hudson finishes up on his qualifying run, here comes the guys, the all-time winner here at the Dixie Speedway in the sprint car division. Talk about one tough cookie. How about Frankie Kerr in the shop Motorsport Special?
Well, Johnny Clark, Frankie Kerr brings in a 15.914 in his first run this afternoon.
Now, I tell you what, every one of these drivers having a tough go trying to catch these young ladies.
Well, let's see what he did here on the second run, John. He's sitting at a 15.941. Not going to be fast enough. So
kind of checking it out. Hey, these young ladies are doing it this afternoon. Brian Smith going to be the next outlaw sprinter should be coming up in about 2 minutes or so. Late models in the pit.
Well, Brian Smith's first try, Johnny, came in at a 15.734. Second try was a 15.683 for Brian Smith.
Okay, Joey Saldana, the next driver on the racetrack, he's out of Brownsburg, Indiana, the Mox Motorsports self, who he drives for in 1998. And Joey.
First drive was a 15.247, and he is now the #1 qualifier.
Kevin Daniels, one of the victories that Joey Saldana has gotten here at Dixie Speedway, has been on the daytime.
Well, his second run was a 15.341 this afternoon.
So Joey Saldana, the #1 qualifier, as he puts that Mox Motorsports car to work over on the backside. Looks like Scott Young going to be the next car out of the racetrack to qualify.
Well, his first time trial is a 16.218.
16:21 for Scott Young as he motors down on the back straightaway. We have one more car left to go.
And his second run came in a little bit better, 15.934.
Pushed him a little bit farther out of the racetrack to get him cranked up and ready. Late model to stage. Late models to stage. Gentlemen, let's roll them. Looks like Red Stopper and Jason Johnson on the front row. Mike Hudson and Scott Jones in row number 2. How about Kenny Jacobs and Joey Saldana in row number 3? And Rob Cheney, all by lonesome in the race fans. We are going to green, and the green flag is down.
He's really got a sufficient lead here. Now the 94 is trying to make a move here. He's got that third spot. Now he's battling for second now as they come out of turn 4, too wide as they make their way to the stripe.
Tell you what, Jason Johnson doing good. But here comes Kenny Jacobs in the number 94 machine. He's coming on strong. Saldana at the bottom end of the racetrack in the number 17. Don't forget, he was a #1 qualifier. And he having a tough run going as he comes off turn number 4.
He definitely did. As the 57 now, Jason Johnson still got a sufficient lead here. 94 is definitely around. But you can see a few of them having some problems there on the backside now as they work in turn 3.
Jason Johnson still to be able to play it as he gets into turn number 1 and number 2. Hey, the sensation out of Louisiana making his first visit here to Dixie Speedway. And so far he's making it a good one.
Jacobs down, wants to try to take that lead away here as they battle coming off turn number 2. Let's see what kind of move he'll put in coming in turn 3 out of 4. He just kind of keeps it lined up. He knows when he's got to make his move here as he is really moving through the field here as they battle in turn 1.
Jason Johnson got to put it together as here comes Kenny Jacobs breathing down his neck down on the back straightaway into turn number 3 and number 4. The field coming around the bend and Jason Johnson still the man, but here comes the Hughes Motorsports car. Hey, he's going to the high side. He found him alive.
Well, Jacobs found the line and it worked for him. He's got the #1 spot. So Jason now will drop back to that second spot as they work their way now out of turn 4 and the white flag is flying.
Man, looks like Kenny Jacobs had it timed perfectly. Coming on turn number 4 and down to the front straightaway. Kenny Jacobs patting onto that lead. You know, this is the heat race. They'll come back with the A-main. They'll find out exactly what kind of turning in that they need to do to get their machines down into this 3/8 of a long plate bank racing oval. Kenny Jacobs, Jason Johnson, the number 8 machine, that's Scott Jones, Joey Saldana, and Rob Cheney. Rounding out your top 5, they're followed by Mike Hudson in the 6th spot. So the first team races history. First bomber feature, gentlemen, get them ready to go. First bomber feature, gentlemen, let's get them ready to go. Big half mile slowly. So here we go. 10th on the front row in the 1A machine. Flag with JC Little. He's got the white flag in hand, and here we go.
Number 5 machine's really got a great run, Johnny Clark. He takes that lead over the 1A, and the 58 drops in third now as they work on the backside in turn 3.
Keith Kaufman tugging in behind Frankie Kerr, and Sarah Fisher doing likewise as they battle coming off turn number 4. Oh, Frankie Kerr trying to find him a line down there. They're kind of feathering their way around the racetrack. Okay. Still trying to get a little bit more rubber around the racetrack where they're going to feel comfortable. As Frankie Kerr has moved up into the third slot. Robbie Smith in the 4th position, and Keith Kaufman in the 5th. Sarah Fisher in 6th, and Mike Hart in the 7th slot as they head down there turn number 3 and number 4. But the number 5 machine, Judy Carswell, hanging on to that number 1 slot as he heads down on the back straightaway.
Well, Johnny Clark, Carswell so far has that lead, but let me tell you, Frankie Kerr and Ricky Sutton definitely in the rearview mirror. And of course, they know where they'll need to make the move. We see in the first race. Keep down those 2 cars in second and third now as they come off turn 2.
Tell you what, Frankie Kerr taking a high line coming off turn number 2. I don't know if he's found any rubber up there or not, but he is coming on strong to try to chase down that yellow and black number 5 car. The Shop Motorsports car is on the move, coming off turn number 2 and down on the back straightaway. Hey, the top 2 cars trying to run away and hide as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Kerr.
Kerr now and Carswell side by side. Two-line Kerr will have a lead now after stripe, and he'll take that number 1 spot. He battled back from way back in the field as Carswell now will have to settle for second as they work their way in turn 3, and I believe the white flag will fly for the number 23 machine as they come off turn 4.
White flag coming down for the Shop Motorsports special. He's coming off turn number 2, heading down on the back straightaway. Frankie Kerr coming around the bend. Frankie gonna once again grab hold of the checkered flag. Here to line, here this afternoon. He's following the number 5 machine, Huey Carswell. The number 58, that is Ricky Sutton. He'll finish in third. Keep confident the United Express line U2 machine. He'll finish up in the 4th slot. Young lady Sarah Fisher will finish up in the 5th position. The 6th spot will go to the 1A. That is Robbie Smith, and Mike Hart will finish in the 7th position. All right, here we go. Dean Jacobs in the number 92 machine. Chris White up alongside Scott Young. And the 6th seat machine in row number 2, that's Ken Burton. Judy Bates, she'll be starting in the 6th slot as the first bomber feature getting into the safety lane. We're getting ready to go, and I don't know if we're going to get us started or not. I don't think that is too good. I think Rick Nichols just kind of threw his hands up in the air and says, guys, that's not the way it's going to do, and you know it. All right, going to try it one more time as Rick Nichols, one of the all-star officials who is a mainstay in that organization. Down the backside, Chris White up alongside Dean Jacobs. Laying a little bit of cat and mouse down there. And I don't know if they're going to do it again, but looks like the green flag going to go. I don't know if Chris White wanted to be in that position or not, but he's found himself in the back of the pack right now. And let's see if the green flag is still down. And yes, it is. And Dean Jacobs, the number 1 man, followed by Scott Young.
Well, Jacobs having a great run here. We see Judy Bates, that is, the 121, trying to battle down on the bottom side for the number 2 machine. Can't quite get it. She sits in that 5th spot now as they come out of turn 4.
Judy Bates, she was a number 3 qualifier. Currently, she is fired in that 5th position as they head into turn number 1 and number 2 and down on the back straightaway. Kevin, you see a lot of the drivers now beginning to go down there on the asphalt portion of the racetrack. Through that is a short way around the racetrack, but I think if they can get that those sprint cars dialed in on that top side, I think as the day progresses, we're going to have enough rubber up there, and we're going to be able to roll them.
Well, definitely so. Johnny Clark is the number 92 machine, and Dean Jacobs now got a pretty sufficient lead here in his 3rd heat race of the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Of course,
cars will start off 1, 2, and 3. The 3 cars that finish in the second slot, they'll start off 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Well, Johnny Clark, Bates now. Judy Bates is in that 4th spot. The bottom side did work for her, but the white flag is out.
Dean Jacobs down on that backside of Worcester, Ohio. Down on the backside, he hits into turn number 3 and number 4. He's up on that top side as he hits off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He's going to be starting in that 3rd spot. Well, I don't know. I think they're going to match again to see exactly what they're going to do. We're going to find out. But that's the way they'll finish it. You know, for all the sprint car fans, we want to remind them, you know, as we were talking earlier about Jody Ridley. We were up there at the Roller National Speedway. I mean, all the heavy hitters were there, checking it out. We got Jody Ridley up there. We said, well, Jody, what do you think about him? Jody Ridley's response was, you know what? I wouldn't crawl out of the electric chair getting one of those things. That kind of tells you a little bit of something about the sprint car. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short intermission at this time. Right now might be a good time to kind of get up, stretch your legs up a bit.
Actually, here at Bomber feature number 1.
Kevin Daniels, see if you can get James Watkins to do that Nature Boy imitation one more time.
Okay. Can you do that Nature Boy imitation one more time? He says, woo!
All right, the sprint car dash. Here we go. Joey Saldana, the number 1 qualifier. Sarah Fisher, number 2. They're at the top of the heap as they head down on the back straightaway. Joey Saldana, you remember one thing. The race that he has won here at Dixie Speedway was in the daytime. Frankie Kerr going to have his hands full here this afternoon. Joey Saldana making it look easy. Keith Copeland in the United Express Line Special. The U2 machine, Judy Bates in the number 21. White flag going down. Saldana kicking up a little bit of dust on the back straightaway as a checkered flag coming down. Saldana taking the win. Sarah Fisher, Kenny Jacobs, Keith Copeland, Judy Bates, and +2 of Brian Smith. That's the way they'll finish up on the day for cash here this afternoon. Second bomber feature, gentlemen, let's get them into the staging lane. She'll be coming up next.
All right, we'll let them get the picture here so we can get the next features on the way here, but he's pretty happy, Johnny.
The Chevy Silverado Pace Truck pulling down into the pit area. We're going green here this afternoon. And the All-Star Executive Champion picking them up, putting them down as they head into turn number 1 and number 2.
Tell you what, Johnny Clark, line of 3 and 4 wide now as they come out of turn number 2. But Judy Bates is really showing what she's made of. She's got that number 1 spot as they come across the checker line and lead that first lap.
Kevin Daniels, Judy Bates is your leader. The young lady out of Pennsylvania is showing that face in the field. caution coming out of the racetrack. We got one down there that we see into the staging lanes. Thunder and Lightning, gentlemen, you'll be coming up next for your feature. Then we go late model, then we go sportsman, then after that, we go with the...
what kind of rubber they were using up and what they needed to change. And if you notice, a lot of these drivers went and changed tires immediately. New front tire exactly is what they're trying to do now. Let's get that loosened up so they can get a tire change to the number 23 machine.
All right, looks like Frankie Kerr and the 6C machine going to be able to, both drivers, Ken Burton coming in the 6C car.
Clark, we're seeing 7 laps now on the Pepsi Dixie Speedway scoreboard. So 23, actually it's a 30-lap feature, am I correct?
That's correct.
23 more laps. They're all battling for that checker flag to get a big piece of the pie. $40,000 flag, here we go!
Green flag going down as pit officials. Now look at here. Look at Kenny Jacobs. Like he was shot out of a cannon. Look at the two ladies. Hey, we got a cat fight going on for that second spot between Judy Bates and Sarah Fisher. Then on the next side, here comes Aldana.
Well, Fisher got kind of hung up topside. She kind of went up on the backside, up to the high groove, and one horse came down low. So then you see what happened, and he went down to the inside and grabbed that spot away from her. He's got that third spot as they work in turn 3. Chevrolet official truck coming out as we're under caution here. Lap number 14. Hey, the pace car's in. We're ready to go to green time.
Kenny Jacobs doing exactly as they say, lighting that fire, and he is lighting up the fire here this afternoon as he is coming on like gangbusters. Got a lot of rubber down the racetrack. Might be sticking on it. They might be finding a good groove down there. But Kenny Jacobs has got the huge motorsport out of Pennsylvania. And she backed her up against the outside retaining wall. And she kind of cushioned herself with that. And we understand she is okay, ladies and gentlemen. Judy Bates out of Pennsylvania is okay.
Definitely so, Johnny Clark. She's standing up there behind the rails. She's not too happy about the car. I wouldn't be either, but she's okay, and that's good news.
We're thankful that Judy is A-okay, and that's our main concern at this time. Kevin Daniels making his way down there as well as our Larry Payne and Ricky Bray. They were the green flag going down. Langhart Boblovich down there in the corner, kind of create a bottleneck. They're 3 wide, coming around a bit. Everybody coming out slow like a rose. Unbelievably breaking curve. That's going to put him up into the 5th position on our Pepsi-Cola scoreboard.
Well, Carter's definitely moving up, and I tell you, Jacob's got a great lead. Sardinia, not too far back. He knows the last one's running down. Davy's got to make the move. He's going to have to make it pretty quick, Johnny.
Well, I tell you what, he's coming up. He is there in the 4th position with coming up on about 5 laps to go. Katie Jacobs, he is within the Hughes Motorsports Special.
Sarah Mitchell having problems. You can see her going up to the high side, coming up to her two. I think she's got a flat tire, Johnny.
I think that is the case. They're going to hook up to the front of Sarah Fisher, or hook up to the rear, or maybe they can get her down on the bottom end of the racetrack. But we see that she has stopped over on the backside, and it looks like Bobby Wilson. Kevin, I tell you what, it's going to be a 5-lap shootout. A lot of money up for grabs here tonight and here this afternoon, here at Dixie Speedway. Who's it going to be? And do you think Kenny Jacobs going to take it? Let me hear from you. Going to take it back to the pit area. There's your winner, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Jacobs taking the win. Let him hear from you, race fans.
Right now, definitely he is making the autographs here, sponsored by Powered by GM. Kenny Jacobs won a win here this afternoon. I tell you, you talked about you was a little worried here during the time, but hey, you got a victory. A lot of the people were concerned about your left rear tire. Did you happen to feel anything going down during the race?
No, my left rear tire wasn't too much concerned. We were worried about the right rear because this track with the front straightaway being a big circle here, it's real hard to keep your right rear from spinning going down the front straightaway. So I was concerned about the right rear, not too much about the left.
After the heat races and hot laps, did you make a lot of changes to this machine to get it here in victory?
We just kept sneaking up on it. We didn't change a whole bunch of stuff because we felt we were pretty good in the heat. But after the dash, we saw the track was changing considerably, so we just changed tires a little bit and actually loosened the car back up some instead of tightening up because the track got tighter. And I'll tell you, the guys, Barry Jackson, Todd Palmer, and Anthony, the guys that work on this car, and Tim and Gene Hughes own this car, just give me a heck of a good race car. And we just got to keep going like this. It's been a good race car all year, and with the guys like Joey Saldana, Keith Kaufman right on your back door. I mean, this All-Stars, Night Express line, and the All-Stars, they just got a heck of a series going right now, and the competition is just unbelievable. So whenever we win a race, we feel very privileged because it's really tough to win them this year.
All right, we'll let him finish autographing that. Let's give a big hand again for Kenny Jacobs, winner here this afternoon, the All-Star Circuit of Champions. So we definitely want to give a big hand to Scott Jones, of course, really out there battling for the Rookie of the Year. He was the highest finished rookie this afternoon, as he was in the 8th position there, Johnny Black.